He goes, I don't know if you want to play this game. Welcome back to the PRP podcast. Where we break down the juiciest news, entertainment, and politics from a Puerto Rican American angle. We're a live show every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you the stuff that got everyone talking right now. So it's a wild and crazy time to be alive in America today. We're pumped to dive in with you.
Wild West.
Brutal Pete, Kevo the Magnificent, Samantha Fox, and Trigger No Safety here, keeping it real every single day. Why are you going to choose us as your weekly or maybe your Thursday night podcast? I'll tell you why. Because we're just like you. We work 9 to 5s. We're feeling the same heat from these stories as you. So don't just watch. Jump in, like, follow, and subscribe to join the ride. Your support keeps us going. So a quick shout out to our Perps community on Locals. We just got a new sign up today. It's where it's at, guys. All right, chat with us, back the show,
Thank you for the support,
and connect with other fans. Every dollar helps us level up, and the perks are dope. Hit the link below to join or support us for free by following at PRP Podcast. Like and repost our stuff. Subscribe so you never miss out, guys. One more thing, if you're tired of the same old nonsense, check out my new gig, Triggered with Trigger, every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here from Tampa, Florida. I tackle what's ticking off Americans. That's a tongue twister right there, bro. Grab a coffee and join the fun. Like, follow, and subscribe there too. Episodes rolling every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m.
Some water, some juice.
Let's roll right into it.
Introducing
Mr. LB Brutal Pete. How are you? And do you have any events, any information for us
it's a lot.
about the...
I'm just gonna say it right now. It's a lot. It's woof. First and foremost, we're gonna be opening up a future pile, which is a big opportunity, guys. Like, especially for the brutal death metal scene. It's like they're like the guy's a legend. One man band, by the way. It's just one guy with a guitar and basically like drum beats in the back, and this man's just shredding it, bro.
Really?
Yeah. It's just
That's
like
dope.
insane, man.
I went to your show, to not your show, but another show, and it was pretty dope, actually. I actually enjoyed myself.
Shout out to Better Safe Than Sorry. That show was fucking crazy. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, it was actually a great show. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. It was, what was the place called? Deviant Libations. Deviant Libations. Shout out to you guys. Great.
Why wasn't I invited? I don't know.
You weren't invited. Bro. You weren't invited. Brother, making me blush, bro, right now. No, but it was pretty dope, bro. It was pretty dope, and got out there and got some pictures and some footage. It was great. Samantha Fox, how are you doing? How is everything with you? I know that you were out of town on some family business. My condolences to you.
Yeah.
We all love you so much.
Love you, Papa.
Love you too.
Would you like to say any words?
No, I'm gonna start crying if I do.
Man.
You're putting me on blast, but no.
We love you so much.
Mom's not here. Rest in peace, Moms. That's who I had to go visit and say goodbye to. But everything is good. Everybody's healing from it, and I got to see family, and I got to spend some time with family I haven't seen in many, many, many years. So I do say a little side note, if you have any kind of illness or your health isn't too great, if you have to take medication, take care of yourself, please.
That's facts, guys.
Please.
That's major facts. You
want to stay in this world as long as you possibly can for your kids, for your grandbabies, for your family, your friends. That's all I gotta say there.
No, for sure. We both noticed at the same time. All right. So that's the PRP. That's that backstage footage. If you guys want to catch what we do in the show before we go live, we have some exclusive videos on our Locals page. If you guys want to check that out. Sam, our condolences once again. We love you so much.
Love, Sammy.
Kevo the Magnificent. How are you tonight? Man. We love the robe, bro. Hey, man. That's that magnificent robe status.
As he said.
Magnificent robe status.
So my wife got this for me, so you already know how to keep it clean, how to bring it to the Had to keep it looking good, you know, had to feel magnificent tonight. Shout out to the PRP community. I'm glad to be here. Glad that my wife is back. It was a very lonely week, frustrating week. But my brother came through to help, and then God gave us some free Red Lobster too.
Yo, we really did get some free Red Lobster, bro. It's crazy because God is really good, bro.
Good. Sad,
very good,
enduring week, but you know God's gonna make it rain on our season. So fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm grateful, bro. I'm really grateful for you guys.
Yes, sir.
My name's Trigger No Safety once again. Here, yeah, man. Just pretty much doing some mechanic work. I work for myself. Yeah, bro. Right now, I'm just working on a lot of music. Doing Triggered with Trigger and Tuesday mornings. It keeps me grounded, bro. I really enjoy doing podcasts, bro. So I actually triggered somebody and I screen recorded it. And that was very interesting. It was pretty funny because like the show's designed to trigger people, and
it's called Triggered with Trigger. So.
It's called Triggered with Trigger, bro. So
did you upset them though, or
well, they say they're not. They're absolutely not upset. They're absolutely not triggered and not upset.
So they just agreed with you?
No, they disagree with me, and they cannot stop responding, bro. They can't stop responding, bro. They like can't stop. They're like, your most popular music is a remix of Little Mosley. And I'm like, remix of what? Did I just gain a new fan today? So the man went deep into like, you know, my music, and he's like, no, I didn't go deep. I just clicked the link, and I'm like, all right, bro, you're not triggered. So we'll let the fans decide if he's triggered or not on TikTok. I've got the video there. Either way, you guys know 813 is the area code of Tampa, right?
Of course.
Well, you know, on July 4th, I'm dropping a mixtape called Trigonometry 3, and it has 8 tracks on it. And then another album, well, my only album ever that I'm ever going to drop is going to be called the Tampa album. And it drops on August 13th, which is 813, and it has 13 tracks on it. And also my son, which goes by A22, is dropping on April 20th, which is 420. I don't know. It might be a correlation, but he's dropping a song called Game Green on 420. So, you know, if you guys hit the link tree, you'll find all the Colazo Fam entertainment podcasts and music. And, you know, you can find me at triggernosafety.com straight up. All right.
One more thing right quick.
There's a link for PRP podcast on triggernosafety.com.
Let me go ahead and show them this right quick.
Oh, show them. Of course, show them.
Guys, just saying.
Let's
see if it focuses.
Let's see if it focuses, bro. It'll focus, bro. That's a good camera, bro. Go back a little bit.
Go back.
It does not want to, bro.
It did, and your finger.
Oh, my fingers always messed everything up, man. This sucks. Let me get out.
It's okay, but tell them about the event a little bit, brother.
So first and foremost, Putrid Pile. You're gonna go ahead and play. Legend, like I said, we got a few local bands coming down here, and one from Texas as well. So honestly, a majority of the people on the card, I do not know them. Like, I will get to know them when I get over there, you know, and get to actually know them.
Whoa, brother, sit down, brother. You're not gonna
talk, in your hands.
Hey, man,
right
now. Especially when you got these mics, man. You go ahead and talk anywhere,
bro. You know, bro, you can literally talk. Hello, it's amazing, bro. We can have a podcast in the park, bro. Like, we can do the podcast anywhere, as long as we have an extension cord and a long ass Ethernet cable. Like, or if Elon Musk donate Starlink to each and every one of us. For free for like 10 years. All right. So we're going to go through the scroll-through really quick, and it's going to be a not crazy show today, but let's see what's going on. Segment today is University of Idaho murder trial. So this guy pretty much killed a bunch of students, and he's on trial. It's coming up, the trial, so we're talking about that. 25% tariff on all foreign incoming cars 23andMe, which is a DNA company where you find out your ancestry, bankrupt. Where I'm saying erase all your information, okay? P Diddy also has had a bunch of his major charges dropped, and we're gonna dive into that today. That was the scroll through for today's show through. All right. So let's go to the first thing. Bryan Kohberger and the University of Idaho murders. Okay. So I'm going to rewind to where it all started. So Bryan Kohberger, his case kicked off in the early hours of November 13th, 2022 in the quiet college town of Moscow, Idaho. So it's just after 4 a.m. and 4 University of Idaho students, Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Gonclaves, they're asleep in an off-campus rental house on King Road. They were bright young kids. A couple of them were dating. Some of them were friends. They were all in their early 20s, and they were living the college life. But that night, somebody slipped into the house and stabbed them all to death while they were in their beds.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It was brutal. So the autopsies later showed multiple wounds, some defensive, meaning they fought back. And the scene was so horrific, it left the small town reeling. So now here's where it gets eerie. 2 other roommates, Dylan Mortensen, okay, and Bethany Funky, they were home, but they survived. So Dylan even saw a masked guy with bushy eyebrows wandering. Damn, was it Luigi Mangione? Wandering the house around 4:20 a.m., but she locked the door and didn't call 911 until hours later, around noon. That delay is still a big question mark. Meanwhile, police found a Ka-Bar knife sheath next to one of the victims, Madison, with DNA that later became the smoking gun. So fast forward 6 weeks to December 30th, 2022, across the country in Pennsylvania, cops arrest 28-year-old Bryan Kohberger at his parents' house. He's a criminology PhD student at Washington State University, just 10 miles from Moscow. A guy studying crime who's now accused of committing one of the grisliest crimes, okay? So how did they get him? With CSI detective work and old school detective work, DNA from the sheath matched him, and his white Hyundai Elantra was spotted near the scene. The cell phone pings him in the area multiple times, including that night. The case explodes. National news, true crime junkies, everybody's hooked on the Kohberger case, okay? He was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and burglary. By May 2023, he was arraigned. He stands silent as the judge enters the not guilty plea. Prosecutors say that they're going for the death penalty. The trial is set for August 2025 in Boise, Idaho, after a venue switch, but it all traces back to that chilling November night when a sleepy college house turned into a crime scene that would haunt the nation. So it's roared back to the spotlight because newly unsealed court filings this month have revealed critical evidence and defense strategies just as his August 2025 trial approaches. From Kohberger's Amazon purchase of a Ka-Bar knife matching, it might be K-Bar, the crime scene sheath to a smiling selfie hours after the killings, these developments are amplifying public intrigue and debate, paired with the question about the surviving roommate's delayed 911 call and hints of a planted evidence defense. The case is newly relevant as it barrels towards a pivotal courtroom showdown. So Kohberger, criminology PhD from Washington State, so the new information is pretty much, this is the fresh stuff. The Amazon purchase of the K-Bar knife. Prosecutors disclosed that Kohberger bought a K-Bar blade knife sheath and sharpener, a K-Bar fixed blade knife sheath and sharpener from Amazon in March 2022, 8 months before the murders. The sheath was found beside Madison Mogan's body. It bore his DNA on the snap, and he reportedly searched for the Ka-Bar knife again post-crime. This suggests premeditation, bolstering the prosecution's case, countering defense speculation about planted evidence, right? The selfie taken by Kohberger at 10:30 in the morning, right, like 6 hours after the murders, shows him smiling and giving a thumbs up Matching surviving roommate Dylan Mortison's description of an intruder with bushy eyebrows like mine, prosecutors aim to use in the depicted to depict a cold, calculated killer. Remember this, like my brother when he was like accused of some shit, and then he didn't see us for months. He goes around, smiles. They're like cold-blooded killer, smiles in the courtroom, like. But I think it seems like he's guilty. But if his DNA is on there, So defense filings show roommates Dylan Mortison and Bethany Funk were active online and texting from 4:22 to 4:37 shortly after the killings, yet they didn't call 911 until noon the next day. What do y'all think about that? Then Mortison saw the intruder,
not normal behavior,
supposedly, but locked her door, later texting about no one answering. The 8-hour gap raises questions the defense may exploit to challenge their accounts or suggest alternative theories. The defense plans to argue the DNA-laden sheath was planted by the real killer, per prosecution claims, and will point to unknown male DNA, stairwell blood, or a glove outside to muddy the waters. They're also fighting to suppress the Amazon records and selfie, setting up a reasonable doubt strategy that's now public. The March filing revealed the defense citing Kohberger's alleged autism disorder to nix the death penalty, arguing his rigid thinking mitigates guilt. With a hearing set for November 7th, 2025, this has sparked ethical and legal chatter alongside broader death penalty challenges. So, pretty much, the filings are tied to an April 9th hearing, and they're shaping the trial's narrative. The knife purchase and the selfie fortify the prosecution, while the roommates' delay and defense tactics offer Kohberger a fighting chance. So pretty much, the four people got killed, right? They're trying to say one man came in there with a knife and killed 4 people, including another man. Right?
And they're all in the same building.
They have defensive wounds.
Supposedly, I don't know how one man can overpower 4 people. I could see him catching one by surprise.
Right.
But then there would still be 3 others.
It depends, bro. Fear is a bitch.
Fear's a bitch, yeah. Like, you get them all in the corner.
They're all
in the corner. You could just...
Yeah, you can't process what happens like that unless you used to seeing it or you just used to some war type shit or the way you're living, bro. You're not going to process that. You just chill.
It's like a shock. Like, you kill the one person, the other 2 are like,
what was this really happening? Yeah. Like, is this a prank?
Oh my God. And then he's like, it's y'all too. But
yeah, you don't know, man.
Then there's another scenario, because why are the other 2 roommates texting each other and other people just minutes after the killing with their location? They were still in the house and they survived. Supposedly, they never got attacked. So then they don't call the police whatsoever until the next day.
And they were in the house too?
Yeah.
They knew about it and everything?
They know about the whole thing, bro. They're the ones that called the police that their roommates are dead.
They had to have heard it too. There's no way they didn't
Defensive
hear that.
wounds, what? Like, they didn't make any noise? None of the other girls screamed?
They slept through all of that and then happened to wake up just a minute after.
I mean, you got to add to the thing that it's college, alcohol, drug. I don't know if they passed out, maybe 1 or 2 of them, but all of them.
And then you got the selfie and the knife. The selfie and the knife. So, like, the knife sheath, but not the knife.
It's a conspiracy, man.
So what you? Yeah, bro. So it's like, let's say it's 4 of us are in the house, right? We all go to bed, right, in our separate rooms, right? And y'all are a couple, right? So somebody fucking breaks into the house.
I'm dead instantly.
Somebody breaks into the house and like has a knife. Like, he's just gonna come and start stabbing us while we're sleeping? Somebody's gonna wake up and be like, ah! You know what I'm saying? Kevo wakes up, that knife intruder is fucked.
It's going down unless they get me first.
Yeah, bro. No, I'll eat somebody's cheek. Like, I'll eat somebody's face, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In order not to die. That's facts.
Oh no! If I'm gonna leave some type of DNA, something, bro.
So they're saying that with the selfie and the knife, that it's a slam dunk because the knife sheath just so happens to be right next to one of the bodies with this man's DNA on it. But it also has another unknown male's DNA.
So it's two people.
So there's a lot of doubt there, and I think when you're on one of these trials like this, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. So like there can be absolutely not a little bit of doubt. You feel me? Like, so if all four of us are the jury, all three of y'all say he's guilty, and I say no. Why didn't it's very suspicious that they were texting, they were awake, and they didn't call the police, bro. Like, no, I think they did it. And one of those girls was smashing the bushy-eyed boy and straight up pinned the whole murder on him.
Yeah.
Straight up. But that's just my my assumptions. You know what I'm saying?
It could be anything, honestly.
Right now, the nation's like a bunch of people are obsessed. Like crime people are obsessed with this story right now. So that's why we're talking about it.
It don't make sense. It's not, you got to put the pieces together more logically. Like you said, reasonable doubt. If something's not, if the puzzle's not complete, then you got to find out what's missing and try to put it together the right way. If not, it's still an unsolved murder type shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's in the background chuckling their asses off, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, facts. So somebody literally getting away with murder and pinned it on somebody else, in my opinion. Pete, what do you think about it?
Well, bro, it could be a lot of things, like you guys said, and that's pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the fact
you are brutal, Pete.
Yeah. But I was gonna go ahead and say, but the idea of basically, them two just basically just hiding in their room so they just don't like step out or like do anything at all while like everything goes down. They probably hear everything that's going down and just like they're just waiting until like basically it's over. It's the next day. And then like, okay, let's like go ahead and like peep out right quick and see what's going on. Oh.
That's also a possibility too, bro.
She's dead. Okay. So our plan worked.
That's crazy, bro. Because I mean, like my head, like Alvo, he says I have clairvoyance because like I could put a whole story, like the whole thing just pops into my head, like boom, and I'm just like, yeah, the two girls, one of them was smashing the dude, fucking got his hair, his DNA, they have his pee, his cum.
No, it's
everywhere. They let sperm at the scene of the crime, like Dave Chappelle says.
Fuck.
But no, bro. I think, bro, that's the story I put together, something like that, more closer to that. Because I mean, they say he got the Amazon purchase of the same knife, the sheath, the knife, and something else.
Just saying, like, just think about it. They made it like in a package, so it's brand new, right? Does it have any handprints, right? Think about that.
No, but it has DNA.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No fingerprints, but DNA for sure.
Well, I'm gonna say, but like, let's say the person was like, okay, instructed to like go ahead and get that package. The knife is gonna be in there, so you're gonna use that knife. The knife I did not give you, that basically some other distributor sent from like somewhere else, so I can go ahead and use that because basically their handprints are not gonna be on that.
Bro, so this week what I'm gonna do, because like I like to watch these true crime mysteries, and like I don't cover all of them because they're like old, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like really. I mean, I'm not trying to say that murder is interesting, but it is. You feel me?
We need to think like them.
Yeah. Bam, bam, bam.
I'm saying how much when we watch all these murder mysteries or CSI or whatever.
We always try to figure out who the killer is.
But how many times am I right most of the time, bro? Well, damn. Most of the time.
We're about the same.
When am I right most of the time? Tell me when I'm most of the time right.
Most of the time. Well,
yeah. All right. So, yeah, bro, that's a case that we want to probably like keep an eye on, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all the body cam footage, like when they get arrested, when they're getting questioned and all of that shit.
Yeah, like watching that.
Right. So, but, now that we covered it here on the podcast, watching it then and there, then and actually diving a little bit deeper into the actual story. I'm going to do that and maybe give you guys an update next week if I even remember, though, because there's so many crazy things happening. Oh, shit. That sounds crazy. Brother found some breaking news on CNN.
That's just
No, it's a submarine in Egypt. 50 carrying 50 people. 6 Russian tourists died specifically, bro. And
Nobody else died?
I think just 6 Russian tourists.
And there were 50 people in there?
Submarine, yeah. It's
That's
pretty
insane.
crazy.
It looks like a fancy house submarine.
Everybody
They were
held their breath
targeted.
except for those
Death.
Russians. All right, so speaking of Russia, actually not speaking of Russia, we're speaking about Trump. So I don't know if you guys know this, but today, the a new tariff dropped today, literally today, a 25% tax on all cars coming into the United States. So like that's not, if it's not made in the US, it's a 25% tax on that vehicle. Hyundai, Kia, Nissan, Volkswagen, Mercedes, BMW, Toyota. If it's not made in the US, there's a 25% tariff on it. Already with the price of everything skyrocketing with inflation, you have, let's pretend a Tesla. Let's just say you're gonna buy a Toyota Tundra for 80 grand, right? Now it's $20,000 more, so it's 100 grand now.
How about to get the stuff fixed?
Oh well, to get stuff fixed is not bad. It's on the car itself. So on the car itself, let's go ahead watch. So today he announced Trump announced a new 25% tariff. So it's effective on April 3rd. All right. And applies to all finished cars and light trucks imported into the United States that aren't manufactured domestically, as well as key auto parts like engines. So, Sam, to answer your question, to fix cars, yes, will be more expensive, like engines, transmissions, and electrical components. Trump signed an executive proclamation on March 26th, which was yesterday, calling it a permanent measure, to boost U.S. manufacturing and protect national security under Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act of 1962.
Yeah, sure. Make car parts.
I've
The
never
White
been
House
AC.
claims this will bring car factories back to American soil, predicting tremendous growth in the auto industry and substantial revenue, potentially $600 billion to $1 trillion over 2 years, to reduce national debt. That's actually a shit ton of money, dude. So what that means is Toyota's going to say, oh, okay, I'll open a factory in New Mexico or in Texas, and I'll start making these Toyotas so you can get American-made Toyotas. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to pay that tariff. But the imported shit, yeah, you want to import a right side driver, you can pay him 25%
more.
So a quarter more.
I guess we paying me a Ford or a Ram or something else American, a Bronco.
Right. Well, right now we're at what's the national debt right now?
The national debt. Let me check my bills.
Fuck. What's the
Prices.
national debt clock?
Got me. Damn.
A lot of numbers.
So the national debt right now, and it's going up. It's not going down.
Fuck.
It's 36 trillion, 650 billion, 803 million, and counting. The federal spending, the official federal spending, is 7 trillion. The U.S. federal budget deficit is 2 trillion.
Where the did you find this shit at, bro?
This is the national debt clock, brother. This is literally the debt clock.
State.
This is a bomb. This is a ticking time bomb right here, bro. What the fuck?
Right. So if you look, you can see debt per citizen, $107,000. Did you guys know you owed debt, guys? 107,000.
Not me.
Time machine. There's a time machine on this. Debt per citizen, debt per taxpayer.
Yeah, these numbers are accurate.
No, this is the government, official government.
They can officially suck my pinga, nigga.
So look,
What you talking about right here,
U.S.
bro?
federal tax revenue
Look at Social Security, bro.
and revenue per citizen, total state revenue, local revenue,
That's how
state
much
debt.
money they owe
Revenue
me.
per citizen?
I think this is Florida. Future tariff and tax revenues.
We have citizens that are fucking homeless and hobos, and there's no way they're making that revenue. What the fuck are they talking about?
Well, no, they're not talking about that. The nation has that $36 trillion debt. So if you split all that debt in between every single citizen that's a U.S. citizen, like that would be like it's just a number that they put up there. Like we're not responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? As individual citizens, it's just like showing you like the scale of it. But like I want to check real quick a time machine to, let's say, 2016. What was the debt in 2016? It was 19 trillion.
So you're doing better now, or
Worse.
Climbed.
my bad? There's so many fucking numbers clicking and clacking in my head right now.
So they're saying that in
46.
2029, if everything stays the same way, okay, this is 2029, guys. 4 years from now, that the U.S. federal debt clock is going to be like that in 4 years. If it goes this, supposedly, it's going to be worse. So until Doge and or the government, like we're really fucked. You know what I mean?
Savings per family $920.
That's all anyone's saving per year. And the average saving per family that they're saving per year in the entire United States is $920. Now, what was this in the year 1990? How much do people save per year? You see that?
Sheesh.
In 1990, the average family was saving almost $5,000 per year in their savings. That's a family. That's not a single man. You know what I mean? Or a single mom.
It's a unit. It's a unit.
That's a unit. You know
And
what I
that's
mean?
usually a single father working while mom stays at home, because that's
Right.
how it was in my family.
Right. Yeah. And look at the assets per citizen. $133,000 per citizen. You add some value to your life. But now you look to today, and you see, where's that at? It's a big thing, huh? Oh, there's a mobile app, guys, if you want to. Where is this thing?
Savings per taxpayer? No, that's per family. Damn, I think this thing just glitched into the matrix, bro.
Maybe, bro, because I can't find anything that I had before.
So then go to the year before.
What the hell is this?
The time machine's over in the top left there.
Ah, there it goes. Let's go to 2020. This was at the end of Donald Trump's 164,000
Assets per citizen.
assets per citizen. Um,
Oh, this was during COVID too.
yeah, this was during COVID, bro. Assets per citizen. Savings for family. Look, 5483. 4 years of Biden, and we get fucking that bullshit. Now, sorry about the silence, guys. Sorry about the silence.
You should see the number. You guys see the numbers.
So
Holy shit.
as of March 27th, 2025, the tariff was put on. They're trying to make $1 trillion over 2 years. So nearly half of the 16 million vehicles sold in the U.S. in the 2024 were imported, totaling $474 billion in automotive products that went out of the country. Major suppliers: Mexico, Japan, South Korea, Canada, Germany. Okay. Mexico alone shipped 2.5 million vehicles to the U.S. last year. The tariff builds on existing debt, okay? And basically, okay? Oh my God, this thing keeps moving up. This thing keeps moving on me, way. All right. So, like I was saying, 2.5 million vehicles in the U.S. last year, right? The tariff builds on existing 2.5 base rate for passenger cars, jumping it to 25%. Though vehicles assembled in the U.S. face no tariff if fully domestic. Fully domestic. Have to be under the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement. USMCA, there's a partial shield. Tariffs only apply to the value of non-U.S. content in vehicles from Canada and Mexico, with a certification process in the works to sort it all out. The economic ripple effects are already sparking debate. Proponents like the United Auto Workers argue it could create thousands of blue-collar jobs by incentivizing companies to add shifts or build new plants in the U.S. Tesla warns that prices for some models could spike by as much as 25%. Think like $3,000 to $12,200 extra per vehicle.
Damn.
Yeah. $4,000, $10,000 hike on vehicles. What do you
Looks
guys
like
think
you're
about
getting
this?
an American car, babe.
Looks like you're getting an American
American
car, brother.
Already got one.
Hey. So in Hyundai, they're already planning moves like a $5.88 billion steel mill in Louisiana. That's good. Economists are split. Paul Ashworth from Capital Economics sees inflation in luxury price cars in the near future, but possible domestic investment later. The U.S. International Trade Commission, they study and they're saying that a 25% tariff cuts off imports by 74% and raises prices 5% on average on everything. What are your guys' thoughts? Like, let's say you
It fucking sucks.
you're because you drive a Volkswagen.
Yes. And
You know?
that thing just went down too, and I have to get it fixed. Joy.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, and I drive an Acura and a Nissan.
Will they apply the tariffs when I trade that motherfucker in?
No, because it's already paid.
Fuckers. Just heard Republicans say, fuck yeah!
This is national, so this could add to the inflation, guys, and can make things a little bit worse for us for a little time. I mean, maybe even possibly the rest of the fucking year. Because the revenue has to shift you know, to domestic. You feel me?
We're
Yeah. Hopefully, my hope is actually, bro, is that they make like the foreign cars that you already have, make them more valuable. So
That's
it's like
true.
you can't get that Volkswagen no more because that one was imported and then sold in the U.S. And you're like, I gotta import. You know what I'm saying? So now your $4,500 car has now turned into a $6,500 car.
That's
You know
what
what I
he
mean?
was just saying.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I do get the 25% tariff in my trade.
Yeah, you pretty much do get it. Yeah, you do get that tariff in your trade. That is, I didn't understand, but yes, that's smart. Yeah, you get the tariff in your trade pretty much. Yeah, because the value of cars are going up. You know what the value is? The value of something that's not going up? 23andMe. Have you guys ever heard of 23andMe?
Nope.
I've heard of 36 and 9.
What the fuck is that?
That's me, nigga. What you mean? What you mean?
So 23andMe is once a Silicon Valley darling, known for its spit in a tube DNA test that reveals your ancestry and health risks, hit a major wall this month. On March 23rd, a couple days ago, the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Eastern District of Missouri, aiming to sell itself off after years of financial struggles. This came after its stock value tanked from a $6 billion peak in 2021 to just $48 million now, a 99% drop. Jesus Christ. The company's been bleeding cash, laying off 40% of its workforce, over 200 people. In November of 2024, shutting down the drug development arm, settling a $30 million lawsuit in September 24 over a massive 2023 data breach. That breach exposed the personal info of 6.9 million customers. Think family trees, birth years and locations. And after hackers wreaked havoc on their passwords, it didn't directly leak DNA, but it showed how vulnerable the company's systems could be. The bankruptcy filing triggered alarm bells, especially in California, where 23andMe is based. On March 22nd, 2025, California Attorney General Rob Bonta issued a consumer alert urging the company's 15 million users to delete their genetic data ASAP. Why? Because your DNA isn't the only thing that you're giving away. It's not just some random password that you can change. It's the blueprint of you, your parents, your kids, distant cousins who never even signed up. If 23andMe sells its assets, that trove of sensitive data could end up in someone else's hands, a new owner, a shady buyer, or even hackers if security slips further during bankruptcy chaos. Bonta didn't mince words. He told Californians to use their rights under the state's Genetic Information Privacy Act, delete your data, destroy your saliva samples. Other states like Connecticut and DC followed suit. The risks here are wild. Imagine your DNA being sold to an insurance company that jacks up your rates because you're prone to a disease. Or if marketers targeting you with creepy precision, like pinpoint precision, bro. Hey, did you feed Tice some
Oh,
gummies
hell
today?
no. Hell
Try these
no.
gummies. Yeah, it's like spooky, bro. So, we're seeing experts like Neela Bala from UC Law have warned that genetic data breaches could lead to discrimination in jobs, housing, or schools. Stuff you can't undo because you can't rewrite your genes. Okay, I don't agree with that because I don't believe that people are racially motivated to hire and or place people in their organization unless they're like a historically black college, a historically black high school, historically, I don't know any historically Hispanic things unless they're in a place that's Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, the company's pushing back. They're saying there's no changes how it stores and protects its data. The privacy is a key consideration in any deal, but here's the kicker. Their privacy policy says your data stays protected under current terms unless a new owner presents materially new terms you'd have to agree to, leaving a loophole big enough to drive a truck through. Plus, federal laws like HIPAA don't cover 23andMe since it's not a healthcare provider. So state laws are the only shield. The consumer warning: kill your sample, delete your data, revoke research consent before the genetic code ends up as a bargaining chip in 23andMe's fire sale. It's not just about privacy. It's about who might own your identity down the line.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys have? Any thoughts on this? Data breaches.
All I gotta say is it's gone to shit. Bad. As in,
Yeah, you go and you're like, oh, I'm on Ancestry.com. Let me, 23andMe is like 50% off. Let me send a saliva sample and find all my ancestry. And then, boom, you find it out. You find all your DNA, all this and that. And then you get an email and says your data has been sold. And this is the real crazy thing is, right? Like if they don't catch it before the company gets sold, right? They can literally be like hold your shit hostage, right? So I sell it to you and then you send everybody in the whole 15 million users, you're like, send $10 now to back up your data. And they make 10, 12 million, 120 million dollars all in one swoop.
I need to buy me a company now too.
just start out one.
Sam, any thoughts on this? You're gonna lose your DNA and your ancestry to Shahid Mahar Kabar.
I went through Ancestry, so I'm currently not worried, but I don't know.
I mean, unless they're gonna take the DNA, make clones, lock them up in the facility for like that one movie when someone like the president need a Lundu lung, they go to the clone and take the lung from the clone and kill off the clone.
Oh,
you never seen that movie before?
No, what movie is that, bro?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Scarlett Johansson was in it too, bro. Bro, I swear to God, there's a movie.
I think I know you were talking
Is
about.
it? It's not. It's not the one where she takes the drug, right?
Nah, these two clones escape the facility, and then they're like national security because they go to their original person, and they're like, yo, I'm you, but they're completely different personalities and everything. One clone that was yelling for the rights of the clones was the president. The clone in the inside the facility. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm gonna watch that, bro. I gotta watch that. Scarlett Johansson in it.
It might be, man.
So I'll look that up tonight. And but listen, it's a fire sale, guys. If your DNA is on 23andMe, delete your information, destroy your saliva sample, guys. This is a consumer warning coming out of California, but guys, listen. Do your due diligence. Our job is we'll just let you know about it. You know what I'm saying? And if you got to make your own decisions after that. And guys, if you are a part of the 23andMe stable, like if you have an account there and you sent a saliva sample, hit us up on X and tell us what your experience is like going through while the company is changing over, what you did, if you destroyed your sample, if you stayed with the company, let us know. All right. Now, last but not least, P Diddy charges have been dismissed. Not all of them, right?
It better not be.
Guess he got the slip.
Sean Diddy Combs, yep. Puff Daddy,
God.
P Diddy, Brother Love. Still locked up in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, awaiting a big federal trial on May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, baby. Oh, we're going to get drunk and watch it. How about that? You guys want to do that?
I'm down.
We'll get drunk and watch it? All right, bet. He's facing some heavy-hitting charges: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, transportation to engage in prostitution.
Sorry.
It all kicked off with his arrest on September 16, 2024. After a grand jury indictment accused him of running a criminal empire that abused women for 2 decades. You thinking like the freak-off parties coerced freak-off parties, drugs and violence, baby oil laced with different shit.
Drugs.
He says not guilty of everything and been denied bail 3
Elephant
times.
tranquilizer, guys. Elephant tranquilizer.
He got denied bail 3 times. The judge is calling him a flight risk, a potential witness tamperer. His team's latest appeal for release got canned in December, so we covered that. Now he's stuck in that notorious jail until trial day.
Yes, sir.
So here's a fresh twist on everybody. The major ruling just dropped on March 24th in a separate civil lawsuit filed by producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones. This guy sued Diddy last year claiming sexual assault, forced sex acts with prostitutes, and that Diddy ran a racketeering operation. Big stuff, right? Well, the U.S. District Judge Paul Otkin in Manhattan threw out 5 of Jones' 9 claims, including the racketeering charge under RICO and Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organization Act. The judge said Jones didn't prove enough damage to his business or property to make RICO stick, and other claims like intentional infliction of emotional distress got axed too because they overlapped with stuff they already settled in 2023. But 4 claims out of the 9, including sex trafficking and sexual assault, are still alive and moving forward. This isn't a federal criminal case, but it's rare. It's a rare win for Diddy's camp because he's like losing right now, a lot. And we don't know what's going on with those pizza boxes and shit. You know what I'm saying? The plastic recycling and all of that shit, right?
Who else is affiliated?
Well, on X, there's a bunch of posts. So they're saying it's a
I know
sign.
they're starting to let some names go, but
Everybody has gone to a Diddy party.
What? Yeah, no. And it's like, bro, and it's
but
like
who's done some shit at the Diddy party?
Jada Pinkett Smith been at Diddy parties. Will Smith been at Diddy parties. You feel me? Ashton Kutcher been there. Justin Bieber been there.
Everybody.
A lot of people been
to a Diddy party.
The Diddy parties, guys.
That's all I got to say.
So some people are trying to say that like the Fed's case against Diddy is not strong enough to convict. The criminal trial is a different beast though, because the prosecutors have beefed up their indictment twice, adding forced labor allegations in March and 2 more victims in January. They got videos, witness interviews, over 50 witness interviews, and they seized a bunch of shit from Diddy's houses, AR-15s, and thousands of bottles of baby oil tied to those alleged freak-offs. His lawyers are fighting back, demanding that those freak-off videos be shown, claiming they'll prove consent, not coercion.
A whole lot of people are going to get exposed.
So consent, not coercion, is what they're trying to say. You feel me?
Shit. I got to see this.
So the jury selection's April 28th. That's coming right up on us, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Opening statements May 12th, and it's going to run for weeks. Diddy's still behind bars. He's facing life in prison if convicted on racketeering, or at least 15 years for sex trafficking. Why is he facing life in prison for racketeering, but only 15 years for sex trafficking? That's ass backwards. The civil ruling doesn't touch the Fed's charges, but it's a morale boost for his team, I guess. So that's really pretty much the update. Diddy's trial is locked in for May 5th, 2025. No charges dropped there yet, but the new civil ruling from March 21st has cut down some of the noise around him. So we'll dig a little bit deeper as the days come closer to the Cinco de Mayo Diddy Marathon.
So you have a cocktail while you're at it, yeah.
Listen, guys, make sure that you share with us what you think about Diddy's possible fate, all right? On X, on Rumble, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Kick.
Everything.
Everywhere, bro. Share with us what you think is going to happen. Share with us any thoughts that you have on the Diddy case, actually. And what do you guys think about the Diddy case?
He got the slip.
It's going to be entertaining to watch.
He got the slip.
Bro.
Yeah, man.
It's It's actually really
Put
crazy.
on
50
another-
plus,
slipped right through
50
the
plus
face.
eyewitness testimonies.
With a whole lot of baby.
Videos of the freak offs. Like, bro, I've been tempted to look for the videos. I know I can find them within 10 minutes.
Probably find a few of them.
I know I can find a couple of them, bro. Like,
You know,
and
some of
that's
us
a little
can
bit
leak.
disturbing, bro. Like to watch, probably, bro. So like,
But you know what's crazy?
Hell,
I bet you
wanna
like
see this man die.
how many freak out videos they said they had?
hundreds.
So out of the hundreds, they're probably gonna show the ones that were consensual. You know, because not all of them are gonna be
Right.
like rape. Da, 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 da. Some of them are gonna be like, oh yeah, it's fucking Diddy. Rub me down, baby. You know what I'm saying? Versus some of them are gonna be passed on. Like,
Por la mañana,
Some people want to be at a
por
Diddy
la
party.
tarde, Diddy.
but like nalga, you know.
Por la God damn.
But then what would be considered consent? Are they inebriated whenever they give consent?
Does that eliminate consent? Does inebriation eliminate consent?
It
It
usually impairs
does. It
judgment.
does.
In the law, in the eyes of the law, yeah.
Yeah, it
impairs your
does.
judgment. One drink.
It makes it void. It makes whatever contract is void if you're under the influence.
Peak.
If
Good
you're
luck
not,
proving
loophole.
it.
if you're not in sane mind, what is a same state of mind to do that? Then you're instantly void.
And then then you got to go with the victims. Like the victims themselves, like why would maybe somebody says they're like, oh, we can make some money, bro, with sue Diddy and we'll make some money. Like if he just wants to shut us up,
I'm sure that's been some cases. That's why.
Yeah, I'm sure
some
some of it's like that.
right?
That's why. That's what they're saying. Play some of the footage or reveal some of the people because they can probably debunk some of it, but it's gonna prove that it's gonna create that reasonable doubt. Because if you could debunk one, then is all of it true? Is all of it false? You know what I'm saying? It starts to create
Here's another thought,
that
brother.
atmosphere.
Play the videos, right? That put pressure on people outside of the jail, outside of the trial, right?
That's what I'm saying. They're exposing a lot of people.
It puts the pressure on them to put pressure on that judge, on the jury, on the whole trial, on like the whole society.
It's
I
not
mean,
good in any way, shape, or form.
The judge probably was at a Diddy party, bro. Look,
Probably
this
was,
is
bro.
a whole conspiracy that go deep.
It
And
goes so deep.
if they're gonna cover some stuff up, that I bet you people right now during the whole trial, the whole process, have been gathering and hiding information and manipulating shit behind the scenes.
Facts.
Like I said, it's gonna be an interesting case, and some people are gonna be very upset with the outcome. I just want to see what happens. To me, it's a fucking circus, bro. I just want.
I'm on that. That's
I don't
true.
know what's gonna
That's
happen,
facts.
bro. You're messing with the
entertainment.
livelihoods of trillionaires, bro. It's not even trillionaires, bro.
As
That's what you're
our,
messing with.
we're the poor people. We're just like over here, like, oh shit, this shit's actually going
know
down
what
right
I'm
now.
saying?
Popcorn. I got my popcorn.
Oh my
Pasa el
god,
Philly, coño.
Pasa eso.
I didn't know he had that long.
My people, do you guys have any final thoughts on P Diddy and his thousands of bottles of baby oil?
Can I get me a bottle?
He wants a bottle.
No.
You don't
Like
want
Diddy.
elephant tranquilizer.
Yo, but hey, hear me out
I
though.
got some ashy elbow. I just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Hey, but hear me out.
You're gonna make
What
me
if you
elbow.
get a hold of some of those actual legit bottles, right? You get a hold of them and you sell them. You think people will buy them? Like 1,000 a pop.
I know I seen a video just recently about somebody
Just so
as
that
like
they can
literally
claim they
having
had
stashed
something
up and
that Diddy
everything,
had.
just like showing it to
Oh
people like
my
that.
god!
Literally having the like bottles of baby oil and just walking up. Hey,
I
you
got
want
what
that?
you need.
Give me
I
that.
got what you need. I
Ah!
got regular. I got regular. I got Diddy. I got regular. I got Diddy, bro. This will put her to sleep,
Bro,
bro.
it'll
Why
give
would
you
you want
the
to
slip.
sell that? Who would you sell it to? The creeps, to the
Creepy
pedophiles?
ass. Hey,
Bro.
you got to go to the prostitute street. You got to go to Nebraska, and you just got to stand up out there with the prostitutes, bro, and just like be like, "Hey, I know you're here for a good time.
Hey,
We're gonna amplify your good times, baby. I'm the Diddy man."
I'm the one who gives you the slip.
Nah, bro, you can give it to the workers as a weapon. Like if it gets too freaky, just use a little bit of the oil. Just
The friction will solve itself.
And
you
you
know,
won't feel a
massage. When they're
thing.
out, take their wallets, their clothes, get the fuck out of there, bro.
Bro, I had a girl, bro, that like she was my friend, right? And she said like she used to prostitute herself, right? She said she used to drop all their drawers and everything, get on her knees, do her business, and while she's doing her business, she's robbing them blind at all their money in their wallets.
Mm.
While she's like, I gave a good description, so you guys know what's going on. But with that final anecdote, that brings us to the end of the show.
Oh, the name of that movie? The Island, motherfuckers.
The Island. I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch it. Now, share with us what you thought about today's episodes, and please, guys, if you have any topics that you want us to cover that we might be, sleeping on, guys, hit us up on X. Follow us on
Everything,
our
bro.
PRP
Like,
Locals channel.
Everything.
Make sure, guys, look, and thank you for the subscription, guys. Thank you, guys, for joining us on PRP Locals.
Lale.
That brings us to the
Taco.
end of the show. See you next week.